Have you ever been told to just let it go? And yet, the more you try, the harder it clings to your heart. In Buddhist philosophy, letting go isn't about giving up. It's not weakness, it's not surrender, it's freedom. In today's video, we'll explore what true letting go means and how it can bring you deep peace, strength, and clarity. Many people misunderstand what it means to let go. They assume it's a form of giving up, that by letting go, you're walking away from your goals, your relationships, your values, or even your emotions. But that isn't true. Letting go is not abandoning what matters. It's not about becoming indifferent or numb. And it's definitely not about pretending that pain doesn't hurt. In fact, it's the opposite. Letting go means making room. Room for clarity, room for healing, room for truth. It's like unclenching a fist that's been tightly closed for too long. At first, it feels strange, even vulnerable. But only with an open hand can you receive something new. We often hold on tightly to things, people, outcomes, grudges, because we're afraid that without them, we'll be lost. But the truth is, clinging is what keeps us stuck. You don't let go because you're weak or because you've failed. You let go because you've outgrown the need to control. You've realized that peace doesn't come from force, it comes from flow. Buddhism teaches that suffering arises from attachment, not just to material things, but to ideas, expectations, and identities we refuse to release. Letting go is a practice of deep inner trust. It says, even if I don't know what's next, I trust that I don't have to carry this anymore. I trust that releasing this burden makes space for something better. As the Buddha wisely said, you only lose what you cling to. So the question is not, what will I lose if I let go? The deeper question is, what is it costing me to keep holding on? Letting go isn't the end. It's the beginning of your return to peace. There's a well-known story in Buddhist teachings that beautifully illustrates the wisdom of letting go. One day, a monk was traveling on foot through the forest. After a long and difficult journey, he came upon a wide, rushing river. He needed to cross to the other side, but there was no bridge, and the current was too strong to wade through. Determined, he gathered some branches, tied them with vines, and slowly built a small raft. It took time, effort, and patience. When it was finally ready, he paddled across the river using all his strength. Eventually, he reached the opposite bank, safe and relieved. Then, as he stood on solid ground, he looked at the raft and thought, this raft was so helpful to me. It saved my life. I should take it with me in case I need it again. So he lifted the raft onto his shoulders and continued walking. But the path ahead was steep and rocky. The raft was heavy. With every step, it dragged him down. His progress slowed. He grew tired, frustrated, burdened. After some time, he stopped. He looked back at the raft and realized this raft served its purpose. It helped me when I needed it. But now, it's no longer useful. Holding on to it is only making my journey harder. It's time to let it go. So, he gently set the raft down by the side of the path, gave thanks for its service, and walked on, lighter, freer, and with greater clarity. The teaching is simple, but powerful. What once helped you survive might now be holding you back. Old habits, outdated beliefs, past relationships, even successes. They may have served you in the past, but they are not meant to be carried forever. Letting go doesn't mean rejecting the past. It means respecting it, acknowledging its value, and choosing to live in the present. As Buddhists say, don't carry the raft once you've crossed the river. Because peace isn't found in what we carry. It's found in what we're finally willing to set down. Letting go sounds simple, but in practice, it can feel incredibly difficult. Why? Because we don't just hold on to things, we cling to them. We carry painful memories like scars. We replay old conversations over and over, hoping to change how they ended. We hold on to failed relationships, not because they still nourish us, but because they once gave us meaning, comfort, or a sense of belonging. We cling to expectations of ourselves, of others, of how life should be. And we even grip tightly to old versions of ourselves. The identity we wore 5 years ago, the goals we set and never reached, the image we feel pressured to maintain. But here's the truth. We don't hold on because it brings us peace. We hold on because it gives us a false sense of control. It feels safer to hold on to the pain we know than to step into the unknown. We fear that if we let go of the story, the person, the past, we'll lose part of ourselves. But Buddhism teaches that everything is impermanent. Nothing lasts forever. Not joy, not sorrow, not even the self as we think we know it. And in that truth lies deep wisdom. Clinging to what must eventually change is the source of suffering. When you let go, you are not erasing your story. You are not dishonoring what happened. You are not forgetting your lessons or denying your love. Instead, you are choosing peace over pain, freedom over fear. You are allowing life to move forward, as it always must. Letting go doesn't mean you lose yourself. In fact, it's the opposite. It means returning to your truest self. The self that is not defined by wounds, or past roles, or external labels, but by presence, awareness, and the stillness within. As the Buddha taught, in the process of letting go, you will lose many things from the past, but you will find yourself. Buddhism offers profound insights into why letting go is not only necessary, but also transformative. Here are 3 core principles that can help us release what no longer serves us. With wisdom, not force. 1. Impermanence, anicca. One of the most fundamental teachings of Buddhism is that everything is impermanent. Nothing lasts forever. Not pain, not joy, not relationships, not even who we are at this moment. We often suffer because we resist this truth. We want the good things to last forever, and the painful things to disappear immediately. But in reality, everything is always changing, always moving. Even the cells in your body, your thoughts, your emotions, they are in a constant state of transformation. When we deeply understand impermanence, we begin to let go more naturally. We stop clinging to what's fading and stop fearing what's coming. We realize that holding on doesn't stop change. It only makes change painful. Letting go begins when we accept the flow of life rather than fight against it. 2. Non-attachment, upadana. Attachment is not the same as love. Attachment says, I need you to make me feel whole. Love says, I want you to be free, even if that means letting go. In Buddhism, non-attachment is not cold or indifferent. It's deeply compassionate. It means appreciating what we have without trying to possess or control it. When we are attached to people, things, beliefs, or outcomes, we create suffering. Because deep down, we know that we can't hold on forever. Letting go from a place of non-attachment allows us to love more freely and live more lightly. 3. Mindfulness, sati. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully aware in the present moment, without judgment. When we observe our thoughts and feelings with gentle attention, we begin to see that we are in our thoughts. We don't have to believe every worry, replay every regret, or follow every fear. This awareness creates space between stimulus and response, between thought and action. And in that space, peace is possible. Through mindfulness, we let go of mental clutter and return to the stillness within. These 3 teachings, impermanence, non-attachment, and mindfulness, are not just ideas. They are daily practices that, over time, dissolve the grip of suffering and awaken the calm freedom of letting go. If you're holding on to something, a thought, a memory, a weight in your chest, try this gentle practice. You don't need anything but a quiet space and a few moments of stillness. Find a comfortable seat. Close your eyes softly. Allow your hands to rest on your lap or over your heart. Take a deep, slow breath in through your nose. And as you exhale, say gently in your mind, I release what no longer serves me. I let go not to escape, but to return to peace. Feel the breath carrying tension away from your body. Notice the space that opens with each exhale, the quiet, the lightness. Repeat this with your breath for a few minutes each day. You don't need to force anything to happen. Just trust that with each breath, a little more softening occurs, a little more release, a little more peace. Let this practice be your gentle doorway to freedom, one breath at a time. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting the past. It doesn't mean erasing what once mattered. It means choosing peace, even when the past still echoes. It means choosing clarity, even when your heart feels clouded. You don't have to carry it all. The burden you've been holding, the weight on your chest, the memories that visit uninvited, you're allowed to set them down. You're allowed to breathe again. You're allowed to move forward. Not because you've given up, but because you're choosing yourself. As the Buddha so simply reminded us, peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. Let those words guide you. Thank you for spending this time with me. If this message brought even a moment of calm to your mind or a little more light to your path, I invite you to subscribe and join this journey of mindful living and Buddhist wisdom. Until we meet again, let go gently, breathe deeply, live mindfully.